fame so you can finally arise. Who can compete? You've reached the level close to divine. You're a beast, unleashed. You've never been so alive. You're in a feast and be at the very highest of times. Taking a leap of faith so you can finally arise. Who can compete? You've reached the level close to divine. Falling in love with the view. In the top 3, you are not 3 and not 2. In case you're not getting it, let me give you a clue. Under the sky, there's no one that's flying higher than you. Think of the times when you felt too afraid. Think of the times when you cried while you prayed. Think of the times when you worked while it rained. Now those same times are finally due to be paid. They made you a warrior, outstanding, victorious. Notorious for being a champ, you are glorious. Meant to be great, it was written even before the birth of time. You rise as the greatest out of us all. No matter what's going on, just keep on pushing. At the other side of pain lies all you've been wishing. Every situation you've ever been put in was just an obstacle you've crossed to find your purpose. You're a beast, unleashed. You've never been so alive. Coming to feast and be at the very highest of times. Taking a leap of faith so you can finally arise. Who can compete? You've reached the level close to divine. You're a beast, unleashed. You've never been so alive. Coming to feast and be at the very highest of times. Taking a leap of faith so you can finally arise. Who can compete? You've reached the level close to divine. Now tell me, didn't they pay off? Days you were tired so much you felt like you'd break off. Didn't they show you truly what you are made of? A diamond in the rough, truly beautifully shaped up. You've always known that someday you would take off. Despite all the hate and bad comments that they all told you when you were building a platform to sail on. Now they'd like to hop on, but the ship has sailed off. You're a beast, unleashed. You've never been so alive. Coming to feast and be at the very highest of times. Taking a leap of faith so you can finally arise. Who can compete? You've reached the level close to divine. You're a beast, unleashed. You've never been so alive. Coming to feast and be at the very highest of times. Taking a leap of faith so you can finally arise. Who can compete? You've reached the level close to divine. You're a beast, unleashed. You've never been so alive. Coming to feast and be at the very highest of times. Taking a leap of faith so you can finally arise. Who can compete? You've reached the level close to divine. You're a beast, unleashed. You've never been so alive. Coming to feast and be at the very highest of times. Taking a leap of faith so you can finally arise. Who can compete? You've reached the level close to divine.
Hey crew, okay, welcome to Hell. We book 200, 300 quality appointments every month. Jason Grossman here. Before we get started, I want to make sure you guys can hear me. If you guys watching live, if you can just give me a thumbs up so I know you can hear me on the Zoom, that'd be awesome. Sweet. As we get started, we've got the Facebook live stream happening as well. If you're in the Zoom chat, if you're in the Zoom, just say hi, where in the world you are, and what kind of business you have as well. I know I might have some VAs here as well. And then also, if you're on the Facebook Live, whether you're watching live or replay, just comment, I'm watching live or replay, and feel free to interact as well. Just introduce yourself, name, where in the world you are, what kind of business you have. If you're a business owner, and if you're a VA, just introduce yourself as a VA as well. So let's have a look here. Brendan, how you going? Jesse, Johnny, Mary Kate, Noemi, hey Noemi, how you doing? Ray's here, Stacy, hey guys, how's everyone going? So I'm gonna get started. We're gonna dive in. Got the Facebook live stream happening as well. So if you're on the live stream, I do have the Facebook live happening on my phone. I can multitask, and we're gonna dive in as well. But who would like to be able to book more appointments? By show of hands, who would like more appointments? Jesse in Brisbane, how you doing? Yeah, the two things that are stopping you from growing a business more and faster is a lack of appointments, quantity and quality of appointments, and also sales. There's a lot of coaches, consultants, and agency owners out there that are not as good as you, that are making a lot more money than you and having a lot larger impact than you because they're booking more appointments and they're getting more sales. So today we're going to focus on appointments, and I truly believe appointments is really the most important part of the top of the funnel, if you will, because the truth is that I believe appointments are more important than leads, because you can generate 100 leads. That doesn't guarantee any clients. If you book 10 appointments and you have a good sales system, you're probably going to get clients, right? So I've been booking Joe on the Facebook Live, Kerwin on the Facebook Live. Hey guys, how you going? Noemi, Stacy in Florida, welcome. So I've been booking appointments for 23 years. When I became a personal trainer back in 2000, that's how we built a personal training business. In fact, when I first started, there was no such thing as a free consult or a free trial before you buy it. I had to walk the gym floor sell programs for $60 off the floor myself. And then in those programs, sell personal training packages, which were quite expensive. And then it kind of refined into a process where you gave somebody a free 1 hour consultation, induction, and sold from there. So for 23 years, I've been learning, mastering, refining the science and the art of appointment setting. And then I went online 13 years ago, full-time 10 years ago. And for the last decade, I built a business coaching business, a life coaching business, a fitness coaching business, a VA and appointment setting agency, an ads agency, and a digital agency, a network marketing business, and an affiliate marketing business online. And most of those come down to one, your ability to book appointments, two, your ability to sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you today 23 years of experience in appointment setting and 13 years online. And we've tested and measured almost everything you can imagine. And I'm going to share with you today a methodology that's very objective and can be personalized and tailored to any kind of business in the service industry. So if you sell a service, if you build your business by booking sales calls and selling your service in those calls, coaching, consulting, healing, therapy, agency services done for you, digital service, whatever it is, then you can use these strategies. I do want to take a moment to welcome all of our virtual assistants and angels here. I'm not sure where they all are, Noemi. We've got like nearly 200 VAs and there's 10 people on the call, and this is meant to be compulsory training for the VAs. So not sure what happened there, but anyway, for you guys that are here, thanks for joining us. Terry, welcome. Good to see you here. Jeffrey, welcome. Brendan as well. Mary Kate, Tennessee, mindset coach, network marketing, online business coach. Welcome. Rhea on the live. Welcome, Rhea. Good to see you here as well. So who is this for? First of all, it's for business owners, again, in the service industry, especially coaches, consultants, and agency owners. This will be perfect for you. That's my background. My background is coaching and consulting. I've been in the coaching space for 23, almost 20, is it 24 years? 20, carry the one, 23 years. This might be year 24, but anyway, over 20 years and online for over a decade. Terry, in the USA, a mindset coach. This will be perfect for you. Share me on the Facebook Live. Here comes people. That's good. So if you're, Anil, welcome, Anil. If you're a business owner in the service industry, coach, consultant, agency owner, this will be perfect for you. If you're one of our VAs or angels or appointment setters, this is also going to be perfect for you. There's some of you guys that are hiring virtual assistants through us. This is a great opportunity, this session, to have your VA on this call and look at this as a recipe and highlight the elements that you're not yet using. Because the truth is, if you're not yet booking your target of appointments, I'm going to shine a light on exactly why that is. Anyone that follows this process, and I've never seen someone follow my process 100% and not get booked all over appointments. Never. Period. The problem is most people just don't follow the recipe because, as Mary, we spoke about yesterday, people pick and choose. Ray of sunshine, how you doing? You've even got a light shining on you. Like, so the problem is that we pick and choose. Well, I like this, I don't like that, and we project our beliefs and opinion, and we wonder why we don't get a result. So we've got to kind of get out of our own way, because is there anybody on this call booking more appointments than they can handle? Anyone at all? Is there a single person on this? I'm going to guess there's not a single person. If you're on the call, you want or you can handle more appointments, whether an appointment setter or a business owner. That means you're not yet doing something that you need to. If you want something you don't yet have, you've got to do what? Something you have not yet done. So the problem is that you kind of pick and choose. So if you really want to book more appointments, if you really want to build your business, make more money, and you really want to help more people, I want to invite you to get out of your own way a little bit, to get out of your own head and to look at this objectively. I don't guess things, I test things, and then we gather information and we go from there. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? Shermay, Chi, welcome, guys. Somebody just jumped on here. Stacy, Magnetic Mind Coach in Florida. I love Florida. Hey, spent 8 days in Orlando, Florida, a couple of years back. That's pretty cool. It's crazy because Disney World's car park is bigger than Disneyland in Anaheim, LA, which I've been to as well. It's just mammoth. It's just huge. It's staggering. So welcome again. A few US guys here. Jeffrey. All right, cool. So I'm simply going to share with you the science and the art in a nutshell of how we book 200 to 300 appointments every single month. Now, whenever I talk about appointments, I'm automatically assuming that they're quality. So whenever I talk about appointments, I'm automatically assuming that they're quantity and quality. They go hand in hand. In my mind, I'm thinking that they're both, all right? So they're quality. Also, this is how to do it with no ads. So this is an organic strategy. So I'm going to share with you the exact steps. I think there's 9 steps, if I recall, the exact steps on how to go from where you are now to booking solid with appointments. Now, as I share this stuff with you, some you'll be doing already, some you'll know and not do. Some you'll know and you will be doing, and some will be new to you. And I want to invite you to recognize your thoughts and feelings as I share the strategy with you, because it's never the strategy. It's always our attitude about the strategy, and our attitude is how we think and feel. As I share strategies with you, you're going to love some will resonate with you, and some you'll just be like, oh, I don't want to do that. Recognize that, because that one you don't want to do might be the reason why you're not getting the amount of appointments that you desire and want and that you need. Jeffrey, yoga instructor, nutrition coach, welcome. VA, is that Vancouver? Must be Vancouver. Welcome, brother. Good to see you here. So I'm going to talk about the art and the mindset of appointment setting, as well as the science and the logistics of appointment setting. And I'm going to give you a recipe. It's up for you. It's up to you to follow that recipe or not. But let's dive in. You guys ready? So the first step is everything starts in the form of a thought. Okay, so you would have seen this training somewhere, and you would have had this thought. Oh, I like the look of that, or that's exactly what I need. You would have had a thought. Everything starts in the form of a thought. We have an idea, then we put a plan in place, we execute it, and then we manifest it and create it in its physical form. Everything we look around, if you look around the room now, wherever you are, everything is man-made. Everything started in the form of a thought. So whenever I do any of these trainings, my company is called Quantum for a reason, because we always start with the inner game before we get to the outer game. There's no point in giving strategies to you if you're not open-minded enough to absorb them, and you're not motivated enough to go and implement them. So you need to be like a sponge. And what does a sponge do? It absorbs. And then you got to remember that the mind is like a parachute, and a parachute only works when what? It only works when open. So the first thing that you've got to do is the first step in any kind of conscious change is awareness. Who would agree? First step in any kind of conscious change, we become aware of, hey, I don't like the way I look, or I don't like the way I feel, or we become disturbed or upset about, we become aware of it, we're not getting what we want, or whatever it might be. And that's the first step. Who would agree? So the first step, the first thing you need to do is you need to be exactly aware on your target. You need to be clear on your target. This is really basic, and we're going to start from the beginning. And I'm going to treat this like everybody just launched your business today, because it's the foundational stuff that's most important. I know I talk fast. Appointment setters, for you guys that are Quantum VA Angels, take notes. Recognize the parts that I'm sharing with you in this training that you're not yet doing, and talk to your client about them. Business owners, again, this is a session where I'm not necessarily teaching you what to do. It's more, I want you to all grab a piece of pen and paper and take notes of the little strategies, the nuances, the things that you're not yet doing. Because it's the little things that all add up, the 5 to 10, 15 things that add up, that give you the big result, right? So my first question to all of you, appointment setters, VAs, and business owners alike: how many appointments per week can you handle? How many sales calls a week can you handle? And I want to invite everybody to write that down and post it either in the Zoom chat or on the Facebook Live. Jeremy, Angelo, April, hey guys on the Facebook Live. Stacy can handle 10. How many appointments per week can you handle? Stacy says 10. How many appointments per week in your business can you handle? 5, 10, 15, 20? Jesse says 15. 15 is a pretty good target. If I find 15 minimum sales calls per salesperson in your business minimum is a pretty good number. Terry, 15 in our business coaching program. For anyone in our business coaching program, we aim for 15 a week. Mary Kate, oh, hey, I look forward to the hyphen. Mary Kate says 10 to 20. Is it 10 or is it 20? Do you know why us men use hyphens? It's to avoid the big dirty C word, commitment. Because if I say it's 10 to 20, then I'm not committed. Once I choose a finite number, oh, I'm committed, right? So for Mary, is it 10 or is it 20? Yeah, because the problem is we set minimums and we let our minimums be our maximums. And the awesome thing about appointment setting is very similar to sales. They're actually very, very similar. Anyone on Facebook? Joe says 10. And guys, if you're not prepared to take a moment to write down that number, then how the heck are you going to actually get your target? If you're not prepared to simply make a decision, decide, become aware, and choose target. Okay, Stacy says 15. Yeah, Jeffrey says 15. Awesome. Now we go. Okay, here we go. So that's a good benchmark. 15. If it's just you, you're the only person in your business selling minimum 15. Minimums don't have to be maximums. 15 is good. The minimum is never good enough, but I would like the middle ground. I like it. So it's 15 minimum, but your minimum doesn't have to be your maximum. That means what is minimum means is that we do not accept anything less. So there's something you've got to do internally. There's something that I can't do for you. I'm about to give you the strategy. If you follow the strategy, you will hit your target, period. Every time. Okay. But there's something you've got to do first before I give you that strategy and execute the strategy. And that's this. You've got to make a decision. So the reason why I have so much success in sales and appointment setting, or whenever I do anything, is I decide. I decide. So if it's 15, I make a decision every morning when I wake up. If it's Monday to Friday, you're booking 15 appointments. The most important thing that you've got to do, there's two important things, one internal, one external. The most important thing that you've got to do before you even look at strategy is when you wake up in the morning, Mary, Jeff, Stacy, you've got to make a decision. And that decision is very simple. The most important part of your business for that day, okay, beyond servicing current clients, of course, is to not go to bed until you book 3 appointments. So if I book 3 appointments each day, Monday to Friday, that's my 15. And you've got to break it down into microcycles, which is a daily. I wake up in the morning, I look at what's the most important metric, KPI number in my business. If we hit that one number, everything else happens. And for most of you guys and most of us, it's appointments. We're working with Ray right now. Ray's our top growth consultant, just getting about 30 appointments per week. We've made a commitment this week and we made a decision. What's that decision? As of next week, Ray will have 50 appointments every week, no matter what. That means we need to book 10 appointments between us. That's why I've just hired 2 new setters. The question is, what do we need to do? So we make that decision. So Jeffrey, you've got to make a decision. You've got to decide, regardless of doubt, regardless of fear, regardless of uncertainty, when you make a decision that you're going to wake up in the morning, everything and anything I do today is going to get those 3 appointments. If it's not going to help me get those 3 appointments or service current clients, don't do it. Don't waste your time creating Canva and random stuff. And is this going to get me an appointment? Yes or no? And spend 80% of your time, remember the 80-20 principle? 80% of your time on growth producing activities, which is lead generation, appointment setting, and sales. The other 25% or 20% will be servicing current clients. Hey, Ray, how you doing? For you VAs and appointment setters, yeah, it's a little bit easier because you're not servicing clients, you're focusing on the social media management, the omnipresence, etc. So the first thing you've got to do is decide. Here is how you make the decision. Okay, you decide regardless of the fear and the doubt and the uncertainty. And now the problem is that when you go, okay, I'm going to book 3 appointments, the brain looks to the past, but your past, the birds in my balcony, they're very loud. I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, they just flew off. Oh my goodness. They're squawking at me. Your past doesn't equal your future. So it doesn't matter what you booked last week. It doesn't matter what you booked yesterday. It doesn't matter what you did yesterday, Ray. It matters what you're going to do today. And so you wake up with a clean slate and you decide, I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't know how I'm going to make it happen. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to bed until I do that. If you do that one thing internally, you're going to start booking appointments. But then a thought pops up in your mind, how am I going to do that? How do I do that? Well, that's the next part of this training, right? That's how we do that. Okay. So you've got to make that decision. And then you've got to focus on it. Because on what you focus on, what expands. What you focus on, you feel. What you focus on, you attract. So you've got to make that number the dominating thought in your mind. For the next 30 days, make that number the dominating thought in your mind. When you wake up first thing in the morning, close your eyes and imagine it. Write it down, put it on your vision board. Last thing before you go to bed. Set an alarm every hour where it goes off. You're thinking 15, 15, 15, 15. And then you've got to add a reward to it. So what you do is you go, well, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to book 3 appointments in. That's 15 this week. And then you've got to link a reward to booking those 15 appointments. So for the appointment setters, we give you a bonus if you hit that target. There's your reward. If you're a business owner booking those appointments, then you've got to set a reward. Ray gets a reward. If a target's set, Ray gets a what's called a Paris bonus. That's for another conversation, but there's a reward. You've got to link a reward to the thing you've decided to do. And if you do it, you get the reward. Maybe you get your hair did, maybe you get a massage, maybe it's something else. Link a reward to hitting it. And then make that connection of what it actually means. So imagine if you guys book 15 appointments every week. Imagine you book 15 appointments every week for the next 90 days. How different would your business and life be in 90 days? How will that impact your business and life? Like, seriously, in a big way. So you've got to make that connection as well. So I would write it down and put it everywhere. Put it on your steering wheel, put it on your mirror, put a post up on your forehead. Become obsessed. Form a magnificent obsession with that number so it becomes a dominating thought. Because if the unconscious mind recognizes that the number one conscious thought in your mind is that, then instead of working against you, it'll start to work for you. We have around 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. Okay, imagine if 10% of those thoughts were around this one thing. Most people are having 80 to 90% thoughts in what we call below the line victimization. They're relinquishing, they're making excuses, they're pointing blame, they're complaining about things, they're focusing on what they don't have, they're focusing on what they can get, they're focusing on, etc. So you've got to focus on it. It's got to become the dominating thought in your mind. Write it on a piece of paper, put it everywhere, think about it, dream about it, scheme about it, obsess about it, and then make a reward to it. I can't tell you how powerful this is. It's the law of attraction at its most simplest form. Okay. So once we create, the first step in unconscious change is awareness. We become aware of, okay, this is the change. I want 15 appointments. We have to make a finite, all-in decision, no excuses, no blaming, no complaining, that you're going to do it no matter what before you go to bed. And all you really need to do to book more appointments, number one thing internally is to make the decision, but the number one thing externally is you just simply got to talk to more people with the intention of booking appointments. And that's what this is based on, right? So now we got that foundational internal game stuff out of the way. Now we have to implement accountability because we are maladaptively habitual in nature. We have all been conditioned, or we all have certain habits. Your current habits that have led you to today are not allowing you or have not led you to booking yourself solid. So you've got to create new habits. You've got to take new action. You've got to direct new thoughts starting today. So until you create that habit and it becomes a part of your daily activity habitually, you need to implement accountability mechanisms. So for example, when I wanted to lose weight, I hired a nutritionist and a personal trainer. I hate training abs and core and doing mobility work. I see a personal trainer 5 times a week for that. Yeah. If I want to lose weight, okay, and I have Maltesers in the fridge, and I come back at the end of the day after work and I'm starving, and I open the fridge and there's the Maltesers, and even if I'm on a diet, I look over my shoulder, no one's around, I'm going to reach in, grab one of those bad boys, and I'm probably going to eat the whole packet, right? Who would agree? This is called the law of positioning. So you've got to position yourself, Jesse and Ray and guys, in a way to keep yourself accountable. Here is 4 strategies to begin to do that. Number 1 is you've got to schedule time for appointment setting in your calendar. Now, for you VAs, this is a little bit easier, but if you're working 4 hours a day, Rhea, how much time of that 4 hours are you spending on appointment setting? And are you, what's it called again, Ray? Block timing, block scheduling. What's it called? If you're in a blank, block. Are you typing in the chat? It's called block booking. You've got to block book, okay? So the problem is that if you had a job, somebody tells you what time to start, what time to finish, what your tasks are, and give you deadlines. For you guys that are business owners, the great thing about being a business owner is you can choose your own hours. Problem is, you can choose your own hours. My mum used to say everyone can cook, but not everyone can cook. So you've got to use block booking and schedule time for appointment setting. And actually put it your schedule. And so if I use Google Calendar, so you actually get notifications, then you allocate that specific time for appointment setting. Okay, so that's the first thing you've got to do. VAs, you need to break down. If you have VAs working for you guys, it's not, you can't just go, well, you're going to do 4 hours for me a day. You've got to be like, okay, for this hour you're doing this, for this hour you're doing this. You need to block book and break it down. Okay, so if your VA is working 4 hours, they might do, they spend the first 60 minutes on creating omnipresence, getting content everywhere, and then they spend 3 hours having DM conversations. And then they spend 2 hours making phone calls. You've got to break it down. So you've got to schedule in your time. It's really important that you do that. I would suggest 2 hours a day. If you don't have an appointment setter, 2 hours a day, if you have an appointment setter, spend an hour a day with your appointment setter. The problem is we hire an appointment setter and go, well, I'm just going to delegate that task because a manager says go do, but a leader says let's do. So made a decision to book Ray 50 appointments every week as of next week. Ray will sign 10 clients, I'll sign 5 clients. These are the decisions, these are the focus. We're implementing accountability mechanisms by hiring 2 new setters, and I've scheduled in extra time, an hour a day, to do appointment setting with the crew, starting from today. Even at this level, I'm allocating an hour of my personal time in my schedule. Here's my schedule. Here's my schedule. So here's my today. We have an hour with my DM setters to Saturday, an hour with, I've actually got 2 hours on Thursday, and then I'll put some time in Friday. So this is what I mean by block booking. This is my schedule. You've got to allocate time for the things in here. You can see everything's in here. Okay. So the second thing you know is you want to start tracking the numbers. So you've got to have a daily and weekly tracking system. For those that are hiring VAs through us, you have the tracking system already, but you want them every Friday they fill in the tracking sheet, and you want to look at those metrics numbers every Monday. So you've got to track your performance because this keeps you accountable. So you make a decision, you focus on it, you schedule time for the strategies I'm about to give you. You've allocated 1 or 2 hours every day, maybe 3 hours every day for the strategy I'm about to give you. Okay. Everything else is secondary to booking appointments. Okay. Except for looking after current clients, of course, they come first. You know, looking after what we have is the most important. Keeping what we have is always most important. Retention is more important than sales. Keeping our current clients more important than getting new clients. Yeah, I'm sure most of us will agree on that. Where is the tracking system? So Jesse, that for you, that is the success blueprint we filled out. So Jesse and everyone in the group program is of every Monday, you'll be filling that, putting in. But Jesse, that success blueprint is your tracking sheet. If you're in our business coaching program, we call it a success blueprint. And if you're hiring a VA through us, the VAs fill that in as well. But we track all those main metrics. And the third one, some of you are going to have resistance around, is hire a setter. I actually just did a reel. If I lost everything and I started all over again, the very first thing I do is hire a VA, social media manager, and a setter. Because the one thing, if I started from scratch, if you've got no clients, there's only one thing that's going to get you clients: appointments. It's not going to help you get appointments. I just wouldn't do it right now. Especially if you've got less than 5 or 10 clients, you've got a brand new business or a young business, I would put all of your energy and time into appointment setting. Seriously. So the first thing, by hiring a setter, keeps you accountable to working with somebody else, keeps you accountable to schedule, keeps you accountable to tracking, keeps you accountable to working with somebody, because somebody else is relying on you now to pay the bills. So you want to hire a setter, because now you can do it together. And if you do get busy servicing clients or creating content or attention and other things, then you've got that setter to top you up. So a good setter will book 5, 10, 15 appointments per week. I normally expect 5 in the first month, 10 second month, 15 the third month. So a good setter will book, when fully trained in full swing and full time, will book around 15 appointments per week. Phone call setters will normally book more than DM setters, which we'll talk about. But you want to hire a setter. You can hire a setter through us, a virtual assistant, take care of your social media, help with attention, lead gen, and setting. $10 Aussie per hour. If you're not yet hiring one of our VAs or setters, you can shoot me a message and I'll send you some details about that. Okay. It's going to move this over here. And the fourth thing is you want to have a daily meeting. Okay, so you want to have a daily meeting. So you have a daily meeting every morning with your setter. You get on the call. You set the target for today. Setter, you're going to book one appointment. I'm going to book one appointment. We're going to do it together. You work together. Okay, and then you create the tasks for your setter to do that. So for those of you that are hiring VAs through us, you want to have a daily meeting with them, as we talked about in the first strategy session, and do it with them. Because your setter's not going to do, Ray is not going to do things the way you want it to. She's going to do it the way she thinks that you wanted to do it. So you've got to do it with them. Leadership is doing it together. At this level of my business, I'm booking 10 appointments and I'm selling 5 clients, even at this level of my business. So, you know, again, manager says go do, a leader says, let's do. So that's it. That's the accountability mechanism. So until these things become a habit, put it into your schedule. In fact, even when it's a habit, still keep it scheduled. Track everything daily and weekly. As soon as you can justify it, hire a setter. $10 Aussie is nothing. It's like $6.60 USD an hour. And then have a daily meeting with that team. Once you have a team, they keep you accountable. You know? That's very important. Michael, that's very important. Hey, Michael, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. Alrighty, now let's get to the strategy. You guys ready for the strategy? The mindset, the internal game, and accountability is everything. The only reason you guys are not booking more appointments is two reasons. One, you didn't decide. None of you until this call made a decision to not go to bed until you book those 3 appointments a day. Once you decide, it's going to happen. If I said to you, Raya, if I said to you, if you book 3 appointments today, I'll give you 1,000 Aussie dollars, would you find a way to do it? Raya, you would do it, right? Yeah. Jesse, if I said to you, I'll give you $10,000 Aussie dollars if you book 3 appointments today, would you find a way? You would find a way. We would all find a way. It's just making that decision, right? And you've got to find your own way. So let's look at the outer world, the outer game of appointment setting. First thing that I do is if I started all over from scratch, by the way, if I started all over and I lost everything and had no clients, I'd set a target for appointments before I do anything. I wouldn't create business plans or anything. I would just set a target. Okay, I want 15 appointments. I'd make a decision not to go to bed to get 3 appointments a day, and I would focus all my energy and time on getting those appointments. And then I would implement these. I'll put it in my schedule, start a tracking system, hire a setter. I could do this before I had any clients. Personally, I would do it before I had any clients. Okay. Now I want to build my lists. So we have 3 lists. We have a social media following, an email list, and a phone list. You and your VA want to build all 3 every day. Because funnily enough, there's 3 ways you can get appointments organically. Guess what they are? 1, DMing people on social media. 2, sending emails. 3, making phone calls. And we're going to talk about all 3 of those. So we want to build these lists, nurture these lists, add value to this list, build a relationship to these lists, and then turn them into leads, appointments, and clients. Okay. So social media is great, and that's what we're most drawn to because it's easy to do DMs and it's easy to build and it's right there. Most of us have 500,000 people, but you don't own your social media. I had my account hacked in November. 1.9 million people on my groups and pages, gone. I had to start all over again in November. Yeah, we're doing okay, I think, right? So you can lose your social media. You can lose a group or your page or your profile or the platform. You don't own it. Okay. Your email list you do own. Okay, but it's not communal. And a good open rate is probably 8, 10, 12%. Okay, but it's not communal. I mean, it's not interactive as much. But it is a really powerful way to get appointments and to get clients. My favorite is your phone list. You want to build your phone list. Always collect email and phone number and everything you do, because now you can email people and ring them. And we want to use all 3 of these mechanisms for booking appointments. So many people rely on DM, but they have no idea how to do it. And I'm going to talk about how to do this. Okay. Mary Kate, starting fresh from getting hacked in December. Oh, I feel your sister. Oh my goodness. It was, I Hakuna Matata really hard. It was like, I'll be honest, it was, because I had in my groups and pages, I was an admin. My personal page had 170,000 people in it. My personal fan page. Like, so, but I lost admin rights to everything. Yeah, it kind of hurt. But anyway. So the key to getting more appointments comes down to one thing. You've got to have more conversations with people on social media, more phone calls, more conversations in the email. Okay. Well, what about Jason? Well, that's irrelevant. You just got to have more conversations. What is relevant is the intention has to be, is the conversations you're having is to book an appointment. So VAs and Raya and all you guys, when you're having conversations, the intention is to book appointment. The whole idea or the whole focus for the conversation is the intention to book an appointment. Do you know the number one reason, Ray, people don't sell? Ray knows the answer. I want to ask Ray actually. What's the number one reason salespeople don't sell? Or when a coach gets on a call and doesn't sell, do you know the number one reason a coach doesn't sell? They don't ask the question. They don't ask for the sale. Do you know the number one reason an appointment setter doesn't book the appointment? They give you hints, the same answer. They don't ask for the appointment. So you've got to have more conversations. If you offer 50 people a day an appointment versus 10, who's going to win? Ray has 10 conversations, offer 10 appointments. I offer 50. Who's going to win? I'm going to win. Now, there's got to be an elegant, ethical way of doing that. You don't want to cold DM people. How do we have more conversations without cold DMing people, sending cold emails and doing cold calling? That's what this whole system is built on. So the first way we begin to do that is to gain more attention. Who wants more attention? Who wants to get in front of more of the right people? Brooke O'Connor, welcome. Okay, so there's only really 3 main ways that you can get attention organically. Yeah, I'm not talking about like capturing people's attention through polarity or controversy or things like those strategies. I'm talking about there's three main mechanisms for getting attention. One is daily content. It must be consistent daily content. Two is regular events. And three is omnipresence, getting your content and events on all platforms. It's really that simple. And that's what our virtual assistants do best. So take your content, they take your events and get them everywhere and turn them into leads and appointments. That's omnipresence at its finest. So this is the first part of the recipe that you want to execute today. So if you're putting, say, 2 hours aside each day for appointment setting, that includes this, okay? So if you're including your content, so I would say 2 to 3 hours each day on this stuff. That includes content creation, social media, and actual appointment setting. So for your business owners, I would say 2 to 3 hours a day if you don't have a VA on this stuff scheduled. If you have a VA, you could probably do it in 1 or 2 hours. Okay, probably 2 hours. I might actually do 2 hours if I had a VA and 4 hours if I didn't have a VA. That's what I might do. Because if I said to you, you put those 2 or 4 hours in, it guarantees your appointments who would do it. I think most people would probably do it, right? So the first thing is 4 pieces of content each day. My suggestion is 1 Facebook Live under 10 minutes, 1 blog post, 1 question, and 1 reel. Only a couple of things to keep in mind with these 4 pieces of content. You want to space them out for morning, lunch, and dinner. Okay, and a business owner needs to do these 4 pieces of content. The purpose of this content is to generate a lead, which we'll talk about in a moment. So the content is always focused on one of 2 things. Okay, whenever you're doing a video, a blog, a reel, a question, you're always focusing on one of 2 things. 1, what is the problem, Mary, that we're helping our avatar or audience solve? Or 2, what are we helping them get? Now, the problem with the problem solving thing is a couple of things. Number one is if we're just helping people solve problems, they're not really getting anywhere too far. Normally we have to problem solve first, and then we switch our focus to the dream or the goal, the ultimate thing they want in life. Okay. But what you really want to do with the problem solving, do you just post the blog on your own web? That's a great question. I'll come back to that, Brendan. I ain't going to answer that yet. So, yeah, I'll come back to that in a second. The key to problem solving is you want to answer this. If you can answer this question, you'll crush it. What are the 3 main problems that keep your audience awake at night? Now, when you first think of that, you'll go, well, a lack of money or overweight, but it's never the thing. The problem is never the problem. The real problem is what is the problem that the problem causes. So if they're struggling to pay the bills, that's not the problem. The problem is they just got into an argument with their husband and they're borderline divorcing, and they've got 2 kids to think about, and so mum's stressed about that. As an example, so people look in the mirror and they go, "Oh, I'm overweight. I need to lose some weight." That's not the problem. The problem is that today at the playground they couldn't keep up with their child Johnny, and they're feeling bad because they can't connect with their loved ones. So if you can answer that, you should do. So don't get too caught up on the science of content. Just make it relevant so it resonates with people, where you're literally helping people and you're giving them strategy to solve those problems or help them get what they ultimately want. What's their big dreams? So your videos, your blogs, you could make all your content around that. Okay. To answer Brendan's question, where do you put the content? I'm not spending much time on this today because everywhere. I call it the Chuck Norris philosophy. How many push-ups does Chuck Norris do? He does all of them. So some people say Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. Chuck Norris does earth downs. Chuck Norris is a legend. So everything goes everywhere. So what I suggest is you normally post those 4 pieces of content on your Facebook, and then one of our VAs will take it and put it on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, email it to your list, TikTok, everywhere. So all posts go everywhere. The problem is when you're a busy entrepreneur, it's just you. It's not viable to be everywhere. So once you have a VA, we have our VA do that for you. So you'll post on one platform. So if it's just you, I would suggest a primary and a secondary platform. What kind of business you have again, Brendan? You have the yoga. For you, I would probably go primary Facebook and secondary Instagram, or primary Instagram and secondary Facebook. They're probably going to be the better platforms. I've worked with I've worked as a business coach for many yoga studios. So many. I started 13 years ago as a business coach to gym studios, yoga studios, Pilates studios. That's how I started online originally. So that's what I would suggest for you. And then when you get a VA, the VA can get the omnipresence, get it everywhere. Right? Now, the most important part of the content is it must have a call to action. It must have a call to action. And we need to turn that content into emails and phone numbers. And now you, as an appointment setter, can converse with, or the appointment setter you're hiring can converse with all of those people through DMs to book appointments, phone calls to book appointments, and email, which we'll touch on. We're running very behind. All right, I'll speed up a bit. The next is regular events. You always want to have a next event, always. You know, after this event today, I'm going to start promoting the next event next week. I'm actually this afternoon I'm promoting the next webinar next week, which is our pre-qualifying system, and then tomorrow I start promoting our next workshop. So always promoting next events, always promoting next events. And the events are the same. The events is what's the problem I'm solving, what's the problem solving, and how you helping people get what they want. So always next event. That's a part of the recipe. And then how do we get the content and the events everywhere? Ideally through a VA, because it just takes too much time to do it ourselves. So with the calls to action, so all your content, once you want to have a call to action, there's only 3 ways to generate a lead or through a call to action. There's 3 calls to action you can have, and this is a refresher for some of you. And you want to have these set up. There's only really 3 ways you can generate a lead, and these are the 3 different types of calls to action you always have in content. Number 1 is a link to your Calendly to book in an appointment. Okay, Calendly is super important, and when used properly, I did a training on that a couple of weeks ago. You can find it on my YouTube. If you're not on my YouTube yet, I've got like 900 videos on there. More than half of them are on business. Some are on fitness, some are on a lot of mindset, and then most of them are on business. Check out that. It's actually a training on how to use Calendly properly. So you want to have Calendly set up. So you've got a link to send people to book appointments. You want to have at least 5 free offers. So you want to have free offers, which are like ebooks and free kits and auto webinars and videos and cheat sheets and things like that as well. 5 free offers, and also events. So whenever you're doing content, if you do a video, at the end of the video, you have a call to action and you promote one of these 3 things. If you do a blog post, you write a post and you put it on LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Yes, you can actually do blog posts on YouTube now. You put them everywhere. You'll notice if you look at any of my blog posts, I'm going to grab one quickly. I spent a bit more time on the inner game stuff than I anticipated. It's been very slow. You're going to give me, so there's a question that I did. There's a webinar. I feel like it's going to be, here's a blog post. So here's a blog post I did yesterday. Okay. And I just put, hey, I've got a free social media planner here. If you want to comment #free below, then you can see people have commented and we send it to them. So all pieces of content have a call to action. There's a reel of mine. Okay. You want to have a call to action. If you have these things set up, Calendly, you can say, hey, if you want to jump on a quick call, comment below, I'll send you my Calendly link. Okay, once you've got offers, you say, hey, I've got a free ebook here that shows you how to do XYZ, comment below, I'll send it to you. Hey, we've got a webinar coming up. And so the content you're doing specifically for marketing these 4 pieces each day are to generate leads, which means you want to have calls to action on every piece of content, on most of those. These 4 in particular, you're doing other forms of content that aren't marketing and you're not generating leads, don't have a call to action. Testimonials before and after, photos if you're in fitness, welcomes, birthdays, posts about clients, stuff like that. But these 4 posts in particular are to generate leads. They're lead generation posts. So at least 3 of the 4 every day you want to have a call to action. And then those calls to action go everywhere. And now you're getting leads and event registrations and appointments on all the platforms. Okay, I cannot tell you how powerful this is. Most people don't get this and apply this to its full capacity. Some of you guys in the group coaching program, we've gone through this, but you're not really executing it to its full capacity. So if you have 4 pieces of content every day with calls to action, ideally 2, when you get to a certain point, they go everywhere, LinkedIn and newsletter and email and everywhere, you're going to get a lot of leads and appointments, right? If you want a bit of help with the free offers, you can actually grab my free. I'm going to post them in here 2-step. So we actually turn our free offers into two-step appointment setting funnels. Okay, so what is a two-step appointment setting funnel? So when we do ads, we typically sell digital products in the back end of our funnels to fuel our ad spend. Organically, it's not a very good strategy. We tested it for years. Organically, what works better is a two-step appointment setting funnel. So for example, here's one of our free offers. Many of you would have seen, just how to build 100K months. This is almost an 80-page book. It took me like 100 hours to write. So you can see we collect name. Why is it so bad? We collect name, okay, email, phone number, location. Click on download, and it takes to a thank you page. Now on the thank you page, there's a link to our social media, but there's also buttons here for our calendar, for a VA call or a business consultation. Now, whoever downloads also gets an email with this stuff as well. Okay, so I actually took my sex. That's the best Freudian slip ever. I took my six best funnels. I'm blushing. That's very rare. I don't normally blush. I took my six best two-step appointment setting funnels and put them into a free kit for you guys here. My ebook funnel started the one I just showed you. You can get them free. And you can add them to ClickFunnels or go high level, either one or, and you can do what you want with them. I'm going to post them in the Zoom chat. I'll post them in the Facebook chat later. So if you'd like to take my six personal best free offer funnels that are appointment setting funnels and add them to ClickFunnels or go high level, you can get a free trial to either one of those if you want. You can download those and check those out. But these two-step appointment setting funnels are our secret weapon. We have so many offers, and these offers actually help people. They're not just lead. Oh, how can I get leads from people? That actually, if you checked out any of our offers, you know, they actually help people, right? Back to the training. How are we going for time? Okay, all right, I can do this. All right, cool. So let's talk about the three specific ways to book appointments. Okay, so we've got clear on our target. We've made a decision. We're focusing on it. We've scheduled time to do the appointment setting in the social media. We've got a VA and appointment setter. Preferably, if not, this still works. You just have to probably do 4 hours instead of 2 hours a day. And then you're building your three lists: email, your phone, and social media. You're doing your 4 pieces of content. You're setting up a regular event. You're starting to work on free offers. Now, if you don't have free offers, the free offers is the last part of this and the phone calls. I'll give you the checklist in a moment. But you can actually book 10 or 15 appointments a week without most of this stuff. You just got to have more conversations. You'll need more content and more events though. The content and events are king. They really are. So the most popular way to book appointments is DM marketing. Okay, now this will be revision for you VAs and VA clients. But I really want to teach people how to do DM marketing and appointment setting more properly, better, because most people are doing cold DM. How like sleaze is it when someone adds you as a friend, slides in greasily into your inbox and go, hey, we can get you 100 appointments a month or whatever. It's not very effective. I don't like cold DMing. I don't like cold calls. I don't do anything cold. Technically, it's spam. It's the one strategy I tell people not to do, and I am against. Because it's spam. I just think there's a better way. So here is an elegant way. Here is our DM marketing. So now all of you guys that are watching this on Zoom or Facebook, you're going to get my free appointment setting kit if you don't have it, with my DM marketing scripts, my appointment setting scripts and more. So you're going to get access to all these scripts. I've only got like an hour in this training. I don't have time to go through them all. Right? But here is the DM marketing. Here is how to book appointment through DM without doing cold DMs. So the key is those 4 pieces of content each day, and they ideally go everywhere. So ideally in an ideal world, you have a VA, you do your 4 pieces of content, your Facebook Live, your blog post, your reel, and your question. Those 4 pieces of content with calls to action. That's all you need to do as the business owner if you have one of our VAs. One of our VAs will then take that content and put it everywhere. Email it to your list, put it on all your socials, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, everywhere. And so they might spend half an hour to an hour in the morning doing that. And then they'll spend 2, 3, 4 hours having conversations with all those people that interact. There's only 3 reasons that we ever DM someone on Facebook. We're talking about Facebook first. There's only 3 reasons we DM anyone on Facebook or actually on any platform is Number one is they ask for a free offer. So again, if you look at our group here, okay, somebody has requested a free, these people have requested a free offer. And so Daphne, who manages this group, will come in here and as promised, here's your social media plan, right? And Daphne will also DM these people and use the script to have book appointments. We're very transparent in what we do. It's very elegant, it's very ethical, and we legitimately want to help you. Now, not everyone's going to book an appointment, and that's okay. We legitimately want to help you, right? So the first reason is people request a free offer. So we have a free offer script. The second reason we DM people is when people join this group, Daphne will send them a welcome message from me personally with a thank you gift. And the third reason that we DM people is somebody interacts on a post, Daphne will contact them and say, hey, thanks for interacting. And we do this on all the platforms. Okay. I've got Kim on LinkedIn. I've got Daphne on this Facebook group. I've got Kim and Jay on a couple other groups. We only have one person per group, so otherwise we got multiple people messaging people. It's just a bit of a mess. And then I've got somebody on my Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube as well, which is Lynn, okay, taking care of that. So they're the three reasons we DM people, and we've got a separate script for each of those. Okay, so in a nutshell, okay, and if you don't have one of our VAs, that's fine. You don't feel like you're ready for one, you can use our appointment setting kit. You got the DM scripts in there, all three for those. Okay. So take the content, interact with those people. Here is how we interact, okay? So let's say somebody requests a free offer. Let's see here. Okay. So these people here have requested, what is this? Oh, this is for my sales script. So I go, hey, I've got a free sales here. It's actually it's my personal sales script, so we get 92% conversion. Daphne started here sending the script. Now, Daphne will actually add these people as friends. And so business owners, you'll add these people as friends and send them a DM. And when people reply to the DM, that's when the script begins. So the DM script, which you guys will all get access to or already have access to, is exactly the same every time. And here is the process for the script. So let's say I've sent Felicia a free ebook and Felicia replies, thank you. Okay. No matter what reason that I sent her the original script, the free offer, the welcome to the group, or the thank you for interacting, once they reply, the script is exactly the same always. First thing we do is we ask 3 powerhouse questions. Okay. So I ask 3 powerhouse questions. So the first powerhouse question is I'll ask Terry, hey, Terry, great to connect. Where in the world are you? Where in the world are you? Okay. Where are you based? Now, good thing about this one, it's a personal question, so you're building personal rapport, but it's actually a pre-qualified question. So you can determine, make sure that this person is actually in a location that you work with people. Okay. Oh, you're playing along. Awesome. Thank you. California, man. And then I'll reply. I'll be like, man, I love Cali. I spent 2 months there a while back. Love the lifestyle, right? Love the lifestyle. Second powerhouse question. Okay. And I use the same script on referrals and inquiries too, by the way. Second powerhouse question is, so what kind of business do you have? What kind of business do you have? So what kind of business do you have? Now, appointment setters, you need to be aware of your client's avatar. So if I'm working with business owners, I'm going to say, hey, what kind of business do you have? But if you're a fitness coach or a mindset coach or a life coach or a healer or a therapist, you might be working with general population. So the question I'd ask in that situation instead is, so what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? Life coaching? Oh, amazing. Much needed. I actually ran a life coaching business for 17 years. Okay, cool. Now, appointment setters and VAs. This is a script, but in between a script, you want to use your heart and intuition to actually build a relationship. Don't think about booking the appointment, even though that's the outcome and the intention. Focus on serving and giving and building a relationship and building rapport and actually helping the person. And then the third powerhouse question is, what is your biggest, I've never seen anyone ask this. What is your biggest challenge or biggest goal right now? We're typing this in the chat, by the way, those can see it in the Zoom. What's your biggest challenge or your biggest goal right now? Now, if I say, If you ask me what my biggest challenge is right now, I'm going to tell you that I've got Thailand in 3 weeks, and after that, I'm struggling to decide if I want to go to Bali, Vietnam, or Malaysia. That's legit my biggest challenge right now. But if you ask me what my biggest goal is, I'm going to tell you my biggest goal this year, it gets me juiced, I'm almost salivating about it and excited, is to provide work for 250 Filipinos this year. My biggest goal out of everything, anything business, personal, my entire life, is to wake up Christmas morning, know that 250 Filipino families are going to have a better Christmas because of everything we've done. Now, if you can help me do that, oh my goodness, yeah, I'm listening, right? Terry says, attract high ticket clients. So these are the three powerful questions around money, location, and goals. These are the three big pre-qualifying questions. So I'm actually pre-qualifying Terry in a way where she feels like I'm building rapport, because I am legitimately building rapport. It's called we use attraction marketing and authentic sales. And then we ask, oh, sorry, and then before I ask $1 million question, then whatever Terry says, I give. I give first, I give hard, and I give without expecting. So no matter what Terry says, I'll say, hey, we can definitely help you that. We can definitely help you with that. Now, what will most people do here? What will most appointment setters do? They'll try to book you in for an appointment. This is the worst time to book someone in. You're better off sending someone a cold message and doing it, because at least you haven't lost and undone that rapport you just built. So I'll say, hey, we can definitely help you with that. In fact, I have this free offer here. I have a free playbook here. Noemi, you can just let the team know that we're running a little bit late. I have a free playbook here. We're almost done, guys. That can show you how to get your first 5 clients, then build to 20K bucks. Would you like to share it with me? Would you like me to share it with you? Would you like me to share it with you? Okay, so I'm giving first, and I'm helping you. Thank you for being so swift on that as well. Now, you'll notice all of my free offers are things that help solve my avatar's problem and help you get what you want. All of my free offers are built around that. No matter what any of you business owners say is your challenge or goal, I have a free offer for it. Now, in the beginning, if you don't have as many free offers, use your events. Hey, I've got a webinar coming up that shows people how to do that. Would you like me to share that with you? Use your event or your free offer at this stage. And then I asked the $1 million question. Why is it called the $1 million question? Well, it's pretty clear. It's made me millions of dollars. I worked it out when I was 21, 22 as a personal trainer. I was the busiest personal trainer in Western Australia, booking 80 to 100 sessions a week at 22. This is carry the one. Oh my goodness, that's double my life ago. Half my life ago. 22 years ago, 45. Okay. And this is the $1 million question. If I, Felicia, ask you a question, and the question is, how would you feel if? Whatever follows that question, if the answer in your mind is yes, then if the answer in your mind is I feel good, then the answer has to be what? It has to be yes. So the $1 million question I'll ask Terry now is, how would you feel if we booked you for a quick free call to see how we can get you more clients faster? How would you feel if we, I'm not using formal terminology like discovery calls or anything like that. We call ours a business consultation. Ray, if this was your appointment setters, you don't say it. You just say a quick call. How would you feel if we booked you in for a free quick call with Felicia, if you're referring to a client? Now, what do you think 80, 90% of people are going to say? They're going to say, yeah, let's do it. In a nutshell, that's our DM script, our process. All this is in the script, and you're all going to get access to that, already have access to that. Does that help? Is that an elegant process, guys? It flows well, yeah. Cool, good. Emails. How do we get appointments on emails? I'm going to wrap this up in 5 minutes. How do we get appointments on email? So email market, most of us were taught to not ask for phone numbers, collect emails so we can get more leads. Who else was taught that? I was taught that by almost everyone in the beginning. But who was teaching us that? The people that were teaching us that were internet marketers that were selling digital products through email. But how do most of us sell? Not in email. We sell on a sales call. So if we want to get more sales from emails, that means we want to get more appointments from emails, because we sell from appointment, not from a website. So when you're selling digital products, we use email marketing to drive traffic, to the website to get sales. If we're selling through sales calls appointments, we use email to drive traffic to our calendar link to get appointments. Does that make sense? But it's perplexing to me that most people haven't figured that out. Email marketing is a really powerful way to get appointments every day on autopilot, if done properly. So what I personally do is Noemi each day sends my email. Every day we get on a meeting, Noemi and I just say, hey, this is the piece of content I want you to do. So Monday we might send the video for the day. Tuesday might be the blog for the day. Wednesday might be the direct event promo, so the webinar for the day. Thursday would be video again. Friday the blog. Sending daily consistent content that is actually valuable and quality content that actually helps people solve a problem, get what they want. And you'll notice all of my emails have 1 or 2 calls to action. So we're getting appointments, we're getting event registrations, and we're getting leads. The smaller your business, the more often I would make that call to action Calendly. So for those of you that literally have no clients or less than 5 clients, I would be putting hey, if you want to jump on a quick call, click this button, book in a time. I would literally, but what about quality? You can embed a pre-qualifying questions into your Calendly, which is what we've done as well. Marion, hey, how you doing? I have thousands of emails from people I knew from when my children were younger. I haven't figured out how to utilize it yet. Yeah. Just for now, build the list. Build your list. Collect emails where possible, everywhere possible. You collect emails on your calendar. You collect emails on your free offers, your funnels. You collect emails on your events, and you build your email list accordingly. And then you communicate with them like this. You don't if you've read Russell Brunson's .com Secrets, he talks about Seinfeld sequences and soap opera sequences to sell. But most of us, and I'm pretty sure most of you on this call, are not selling an email. Okay, we're selling on a call, which means we use email to drive appointments. We use email to drive traffic to get sales. If you're selling digital products, affiliate marketing, digital products, or something like that, or courses, you're using email to drive traffic to that site to make sales. If you're selling a sales calls, you use email marketing to drive traffic to your Calendly for appointments. Yeah. Okay, and events, of course, as well. The third and final way to book appointments, we're almost done, guys, is my favorite and the most powerful is phone calls. I've got about 180,000 phone numbers on my list. 180,000. I've been obsessed with collecting phone numbers for over a decade because I recognize that your phone list, not only do you own, not only can no one steal it from you, but even if the internet crashed right now, we could all pick up the phone and go old school 80s and 90s before the internet. Before the internet was around, how did everyone work? Making phone calls. What's more personable, phone calls or DM? What's more personable? How is it? Can I build a better relationship with Felicia on the phone through DM or through email? Who would agree on phone? Now, if you've got a VA, you want your VA making your calls for you as well. You want phone calls in your business. The businesses that spend the most money on ads make the most money online, number one, and number two, make the most phone calls. The businesses organically that make the most money, the reason why I've made tens of millions of dollars organically is phone calls. And our phone call setters, on average, book double the amount of appointments as DM setters. So the first thing you want to do is you want to start collecting phone numbers and all your lead captures, your Calendly, your offers, all events. Always collect phone numbers, start building a phone list. And then you can start giving that phone list to your VA to make calls and book in appointments. In the appointment setting kit, there'll be my personal phone scripts. For you VA clients, we'll go through this more in depth in there as well. But I encourage all of you guys, some of you might not be ready for phone calls. To be honest, as a business owner, I don't encourage business owners to make phone calls because you can make calls for an hour and not get hold of anyone. That's a little disheartening as a business owner. I made phone calls myself for the first 9-10 years. I made phone calls every day as a personal trainer because I realized in the gym that I could download the list of people that haven't been to the gym for 36 days and give them a call. I could download new members list and offer them a free session. I could download the birthday list. So I recognized that I could get appointments off the floor of the gym, but also by ringing members. I'm a huge fan of phone calls. Yeah. So you want people making calls in your business. Once you've got about 200 phone numbers, you can have somebody else make calls for you as well. So that's pretty much it. Let's break this down because that's a lot to take in. Let's look at the checklist. So what now? Okay, that's great, Jace. I'm a bit overwhelmed. Thanks for the recipe. I've recognized there's 5, 10, 15 things I need to implement. What's the next step? What's the first step? What do I do from here? So the first thing you each want to do is commit daily to your target. Not weekly, daily. Commit to your daily target. If you just do this one thing, you'll win. Felicia, make the decision that as of if it's evening there, it's tomorrow. Like as of today or as of tomorrow, I'll give you one day to sleep on it. That you're not going to go to bed until you book your 2 appointments or your 3 appointments or whatever. Now, if you're hiring an appointment setter, it's their job to book appointments, but it's your responsibility for them to hit that target. My sales team don't hit target, that's on me, not them. My appointment setters don't hit target, that's on me, not them. I chose them, I train them, I hire them, I choose to keep them. The performance of our team is our responsibility. It's their job, but it's our responsibility. If you take that responsibility, you better do the same with that. Spend time with them. I'm going to be spending 1 hour every day with my appointment setters each day over the next 3 weeks before I go to Thailand, because I've made a decision that we're going to book Ray 50 sales calls per week. 1 salesperson, 50 sales calls. We will hit that in the next couple of weeks, Ray, because I've decided, and we will do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to hit that. Number 2, refine your DM scripts. Okay, so take the DM scripts in the VA portal if you're a VA client. If you're a business coaching client, you can grab them from the business course. Also, they're in the appointment setting kit. So if you're not yet a paying client, that's fine. I'm going to send you the appointment setting kit. You can download the DM scripts. Take my personal DM scripts that I personally use that I just went through briefly, personalize them, refine them, and train your VA and appointment setter in them if you have an appointment setter. Very first thing that you want to do with your appointment setter is start training them in your DM scripts and make sure they're using the process properly. Step 3, these are steps in order. This is what I'd suggest. If you don't already have a VA, hire a VA and set up, like now. Don't wait. I've got no clients, just hire one. Because it will keep you accountable to hitting that target of that 10, 15, 20. If you already have a VA or a setter with us, start spending time with them, appointment setting together, because they will see how you work. And then they'll get to a certain point, you won't need to do that anymore, and they can just go and run without you. You want to do it with them. A manager says go do, a leader says let's do. Even at my level right now, I'm spending an hour every day. Every day for the next 3 weeks, I'm going to spend an hour with my appointment setters. Every day, even at this level. Number 4, build your Facebook group. On Facebook, that is the key, because if you build that to a big group, okay, you're going to get you'll get more leads and appointments from your own public Facebook group than any other platform organically, from scratch and speed-wise, yeah. Step 5 is commit to your 4 posts every day. Start with a daily live. Just do this challenge. Do a 30-day challenge. Heck, do a 7-day challenge. For the next 7 days, even on the weekend, decide you're not going to go to bed until not only book 2 or 3 appointments, but you do a Facebook Live, but at the end of the live, there's a call to action. And just make the call to action every day for the next 7 days. Hey, if you want to jump on a quick call to see how you can lose that weight, heal that trauma, generate leads, build that business, whatever the problem is to solve, comment below and I'll send you the details. For the next 7 days, do a live with a call to action to your Calendly and put it everywhere, email it to your list every day, and watch what begins to happen. 5 to 10 appointments, guaranteed. Well, it depends on the size of your list and following. Felicia, for solar sales, what type of event should I set up? What info should I be providing others during? You've got a couple of options. I love prize draws. I'm not sure if that's possible, if there's something that you can do as a giveaway, number 1. And number 2 is it's information. Information that helps people solve a problem and get what they want. So if you can give people information to show them how to save money going solar versus electric, as an example, you know, things like cheat sheets and data and facts, but the information can't just be basic information. It's got to help them solve a problem and get what they want. What am I going to get out of this? That would be my 2 main suggestions. All right, thanks, Stacey. Cool. Let's wrap this up. Number 6, start sending your daily. Now, this might take you a month or so to set up. Don't rush. Spend 4, 5, 6 weeks. Do step 1. Once you've done step 1, go to step 2. Do step 2. Once you've done step 2, go to step 3. I'm literally giving you the recipe to follow. Step 7, you've started the daily emails. Set up your next event. Set up your next webinar. And then the day after that webinar, set up your next webinar. Start with webinars, something like this. Step 8 is create your free offers. That's going to take a bit of time to set up 5 offers. Use my personal templates if you want. Okay, set those up. And then step 9, then you can start making calls. Let's say it takes you 8 weeks to roll that out. Within 8 weeks, I'm guaranteed you'll book 10 or 15 appointments. You'll book it sooner. You don't even need the free offers of the phone calls to book 10, 15 appointments. If you do the first 7 steps properly, you'll book 10, 15 appointments every week. You'll book solid every week. You'll always hit target without 8 and 9. 8 and 9 is the icing on the cake. That's if you want to build a bigger business. Who wants a 7-figure business? You want a big business, 50, 100, 200K months? You're going to want to do 8. Yeah, so that's the checklist. For anyone, by the way, everyone that's here, I'm going to send you this appointment setting kit. Everyone that's registered, I'll email you the replay of this, some free stuff. I'll send you the, actually, I can send it to you now. Appointment setting kit. If you're on Zoom, I'll send you the appointment setting kit now. If you're a VA client, all the stuff I went through, the scripts from today, are actually in the VA portal. So if you're already hiring a VA through us, all this stuff's in the portal. You can find the DM scripts and stuff in the portal, everything I went through. If you're not a VA client, I've just posted the appointment setting kit with all the scripts in the Zoom chat. If you're watching on Facebook Live or YouTube elsewhere, I'll post the link. You'll have the link there. You'll be able to click on that. Grab this, go through this kit, because like the scripts and the SOPs from today are in there. And honestly, if you're not hiring a VA through us yet, guys, reach out to me. We have a team of amazing, very affordable, highly trained virtual assistants that are trained in this stuff. They're trained in how to create omnipresence, generate you leads, build your list, book appointments, pre-qualify, confirm appointments. They're highly trained by me personally. There's some of our beautiful angels and Magadanitis on there. And build a team of VAs. I have 11 or 12, I think 12 personal VAs now. Right? I think 12 as of today. 11 or 12. I would be lost without them. By hiring people, it keeps you accountable to growing, and it allows you to have them do the things that take a lot of time. So you can spend more time with clients or doing things like appointment setting, sales, and servicing clients are the three most important things. Appointment setting, sales, and servicing clients. They're the three most important things. Not necessarily in that order, but that's the order of how we get it. If we don't book an appointment, we don't get a sale. If we don't get a sale, we don't have a client. That's the sequence, but the importance is probably the other way around. So if you don't have a VA with us, highly recommend you can have a chat to myself away how we can provide you with an affordable VA. You get an online portal, you get access to my personal SOPs and scripts and more for $10 Aussie per hour. That's 5.5 quid an hour or $6.60 USD per hour. Terry, you're helping these people by giving them jobs. So with Quantum Virtual, we have a business coaching business, so if you want to jump on a call and have a free 45-minute business consultation, see how we can implement the stuff, we'll send you a link. You can book in a time. But Quantum Virtual Assistants, our mission is to provide work for 250 Filipinos by this Christmas. Again, my biggest goal, my obsession is I want to wake up on Christmas knowing that 250 Filipino families are having a better day, a better Christmas because of everything we've all done together. All of us, not just me, all of us. It's a team effort. I make no money from the business. I've never paid myself $1, and I make no money, or I don't pay myself a wage from this business. I'm already financially free with other things, but it's a spiritual mission-based business. So you're also providing work for a Filipino, which is beautiful as well. And to all of you Filipinos, love you, thank you for all you do. And we actually have a group business coaching program coming up. I was going to do an offer, but we've run out of time anyway. But guys, go back to the simple, basic beginning. Just right now, forget about everything for a moment and just think about one thing. Make a decision. Make an all-in decision regardless of doubt, fear, uncertainty, whatever's happened in your past, that from this moment, you're not going to go to bed until you hit your target appointments. And you're going to work with the things that I just gave you in your appointment setter to make that happen. Guys, I'll email everyone all the details. There'll be a link to book in a free consultation or to have a chat about a VA. If you have any questions, please DM me. And I hope that adds value to you. Everybody, thank you for your time. Have an amazing day. It's time to jump on the team meeting. Thanks, guys. Salamat po paalam.
Thanks, boss. Bye.
Thanks, boss.